Hello boys and girls, a very good evening and welcome to this live problem solving session on quantitative aptitude brought to you by Talent Sprint. I hope all of you are in good health and fully ready to take the IBPS PO preliminary examination, which is to start from the 7th of October, which is day after tomorrow. Yes, so you have just about 36 hours or 38 hours left for the first slot of IBPS PO preliminary examination. And I'm sure all of you are excited and nervous and kind of have a mixed feeling for this exam which is coming up. But remember, it's all about being confident, right? So more than aptitude, your attitude plays a role there. So ensure that you walk into the examination center with full confidence and give your best shot possible in those 60 minutes so that you can maximize your chances of selection. We have had one session on exam strategy yesterday at 6 p.m. I hope all of you had participated in that. If you were not able to participate in yesterday's session, which was on the IBPS PO exam strategy, don't worry, that video is available in our YouTube channel. I would recommend that you go through that video and understand some basic do's and don'ts and get some ideas on how do you allocate your time across the three sections and in what sequence do you attempt the three sections, etc., so that you can go prepared with one of your personalized exam strategy based on your own strengths and weaknesses. All right, that video is available in our YouTube channel, Talent Sprint's YouTube channel, so please go through that once before you take your exam. And since the exam is just a day away, I would like to keep the session today really short as in we'll try and close it by 8 o'clock, try to solve as many questions as possible in this 2 hours of time, right? Now there's also another news I'm sure which you are all aware of, which is the results which have been declared for the UICC exam that was conducted, right? United India Insurance Companies exam. So I hope all those who had participated in this exam have cleared it, right? It will be great if you can share your results with us and we will do all that is possible to get you ready for the next round of this exam. Okay, now for the benefit of those who have recently enrolled in our program, let me mention that there is this chat box that you can see right beside the video screen, which can be used to interact with us during the live session. So try to keep yourselves engaged through the chat box and make the most of the live session that is going on. Yeah, I can see a lot of you have joined the chat already. Bhushan, Pramod, Biprajit Malik, Harita, Kishore, Srinivas. Srinivas says, has the class started? Question mark. Yes, Srinivas, the class has already started and it's going fine from our end. Please refresh or reload your page and I'm sure you'll be able to see the live stream, right? We also have Anil, Kiran, Srinivas, Bhavani, Ankita Sharma, Gayatri, and all these guys are congratulating Neeraj for what? Neeraj says, I cleared UICC and SSC Steno both. Oh, great, Neeraj, good news. All the best for the next round, and yes, all the best for your IBPS PO exam as well. We also have Shiva Reddy, Smriti Priyanka, Shravani, Hemlata, and Bhavya, and Mirunalini, and others there. Good to see you all. I think we can get started. Like you all know, we will be solving questions from the discussion forum, right? We have this discussion forum in each of the courses, right? So today's session is going to be on quantitative aptitude, where we will choose some unanswered questions from the discussion forum and take it up in the session here. So if you're all set, I will share my screen and present the first question to you all. Should we start? Yeah, we also have Ravinder, Akash Trivedi, Amit Verma, Uday Sri, and Abhishek, Isha, Nikhil, Shruti, Lakshman Abhishek, Ramal Lakshmi, and others there. So good guys, good to see you. If you're all set, we can start with the first question from the session today. We're going to have the session till 8 p.m. So let's see how many questions do we solve. Yeah, so we have more and more people joining the chat. Great to see that, and some of you have acknowledged that I can get started. So let me share the first question from your problem solving session on quantitative aptitude here, and it is on your screens now. Now this was posted by Krishnaveni, right? And this is on what? Averages. Yeah, the question looks to be on average. It says a cricketer has a certain average for 10 innings. In the 11th inning, he scored 108 runs, thereby increasing his average by 6 runs. His new average is 48, 52, 55 or 60. So that's like a straight question from the topic of average, right? I'm sure you know how to answer such questions, right? You can use the concept of equal distribution to solve such questions. I'll give you 1 minute for this. Your clock starts now. .48, yes, 48 is a response there from many of you. Elsa Francis, Amit Verma, Shruti, Gurpreet Singh, Kishore, Neeraj, Nayan and others. So should we solve this now? Ankita Sharma and Avinash have also got 46. So let's take this up. A simple question from average, but then can be solved really quick if you use the concept of equal distribution. So let me explain this to you now. Here we go. So the question was posted by Krishnaveni. It says a cricketer has a certain average for 10 innings, right? He has got a certain average for 10 innings. In the 11th inning, he scored 108 runs, thereby increasing his average by 6 runs. He has increased his average by 6 runs by scoring 108 runs. His new average is, what is his new average is the question here. All right. So simple question, he says there is a cricketer who has got some average for the first 10 innings, right? In the first 10 innings. In the 11th inning, he scored 108 runs and because of this, his average increased by 6 runs. His average increased by 6 runs, right? His new average is, we have to find out the new average. Now let us assume that the original average is 6. Original average is equal to A. What will be the new average? The new average is going to be A plus 6. Yes or no? Because he increased his average by 6 runs. So the new average is going to be A plus 6. Original average is A, new average is A plus 6. Now we all know that average is equal to sum by the number of innings, right? Average will be equal to sum of all the values by the number of values, right? By the number of values. So sum can be taken as average into the number, right? Sum of all the innings. The sum of his scores in all the innings will be average into the number of innings. So if you try to balance the sum, like basically what happens, you see, what will be the sum in the first 10 matches? Sum of the scores in first 10 matches, average is A, so sum will be 10 into A. In the 11th match, he has scored how much? 108 runs. So the total for all the 11 innings will be 10A plus 108. Total for all the 11 innings. In the first 10 innings, it is 10A. In the 11th inning, it was 108. So 10A plus 108 is the total for all the 11 innings. This will be equal to the average of 11 innings multiplied by 11. So this can be taken as 11 into A plus 6. You getting it? Sum of all the 11 innings, average is A plus 6. So 11 into A plus 6. Which can be equated to 10 into A. 10 innings, average is A, plus 11th inning score is 108. Solve for A, you will get the answer for the original average, but anyway he's asked us to find out the new average. So try to simplify this now. 11A minus 10A. So what do we get? 11A minus 10A. 11A minus 10A is equal to 108 minus 11 into 6. Right? So basically 11 minus 10A is A. A is equal to, see 11 into 6 is 66. 108 minus 66. 108 minus 66 would be 42. So his original average is 42. Be careful. The question here is about the new average. What is the new average? What is the new average? A plus 6. So 42 plus 6. A plus 6 is going to be 42 plus 6, which is 48. So that's the right answer. Option 1 is the correct answer. But then this is the conventional method. Do you really want to do this in the exam? No. Of course, you don't have to put all the steps here. A lot of these steps can be cut down, right? Even this method would not take, it would take about 20 seconds, not more than that. I mean, you don't have to write all these steps, right? A lot of these steps can be cut down. The only important steps in my view are this is the equation. You just have to work on this equation. Solve for this equation for A and you will get the answer. You don't really have to write original average, new average, etc. However, if you go by the concept of equal distribution, you can solve the same question much faster. So let's discuss the concept of equal distribution. Right, smart method. Let's now look at this is the conventional method. Let's now look at the smart method. How do you solve this question using the smart method? What is the smart method? If you have gone through our videos on average, you would know that while the basic formula of average is sum of all the values by number of values, a smart approach is considering average to be an equal distribution. Average is nothing but an equal distribution. Average is an equal distribution. This is a smarter way of looking at average. Right, the smart approach. So let's use the same approach, smart approach, to get the required answer. How do you do it? Simple. See, we know that in the 11th innings he has scored 108 runs. Thereby, because of scoring 108 runs, he has increased his average by 6 runs. See, earlier he had 10 values, right? He had 10 values, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The average of these 10 values was how much? A. The average of these 10 values was A. In the 11th innings, he scored 108. Thereby, each of these values increased by 6. Because when we know that when the average increases by 6, each value increases by 6. Or basically when each value increases by 6, the average increases by 6. Including the, now this time we are including the average for all the 11 innings. You're able to follow. So basically what has happened is, he scored some 10 different values for the first 10 matches. Average was A. But by scoring 108 in the 11th match, his average, the new average, including the 11th innings, was 6 more than the original average. 6 more than the original average. So basically, he has increased 11 values by how much? 6. He has increased 11 values by 6. So if you try and understand, from 108, what is the excess that he has scored? What is the excess that he has scored? He has got some extra, right? How much extra he has got? He has added 6 to 11 places. 106 minus 66. 108 minus 66. How much is that? 42. This 42 is the original value, original average that we had. He's asking us to find out new average. New average should be 42 plus 8. 42 plus 6, sorry, not 42 plus 8, 42 plus 6, because new average is 6 more than the original average. So 42 plus 6, 48 will be the answer. That's it. This is what you need to do. That's a smart method. We are going by the concept of equal distribution, right? What are we trying to do? We know that he scored 108 runs in the 11th innings. And because of scoring 108, his average for all the 11 innings increased by 6 runs. Which means he scored how much extra in this 11th inning? 66 runs extra than his usual average. Yes or no? Whatever was the usual average, he has scored 66 runs extra than that. Only then each of these 11 values can increase by 6. So from 108, if you subtract 66, you will get 42, which is the original average. But since he's asking us to find out the new average, we have to take 42 plus 6, 48. So that's how you can solve questions on averages in a smart way using the concept of equal distribution. No need to remember the formula or anything. Just remember, when you say average of 10 innings is A, it means in each of the innings the person has scored A, right? I mean, this concept has been discussed in detail in our video of averages, right? I would recommend that you should go through it once thoroughly, so that you are clear with this basic idea of equal distribution. Very, very interesting and smart way of dealing with averages, right? We have discussed a lot of examples around equal distribution there. So please refer to that video and I'm sure it will become easy for you. Okay, so 48 runs is the new average, which is option 1. Clear? We are just trying to find out how much more he has scored in the 11th innings. We found that he has scored 66 more. So from 108, if you subtract 66, you will get the original average. Add 6 to it, you will get the new average. Clear? If you're all clear with this, I can jump to the next one, the next question. We can go by options as well. Somebody has mentioned, John Master has mentioned that we can use options also. You can use options. Yeah, I think I see Nayan has given the solution as 108 minus 66 plus 6. That's the smartest way of answering this question, right? Just deal with those numbers. 108 minus 66 plus 6. Why are we taking plus 6? Because we want the new average. If he says original average, don't take that plus 6. Should we go for the next one? Yes. I think Ankita Sharma and Anil Kiran have confirmed that they have followed. So let me present the next question to you all. Okay, interestingly, the next one is also on average. This was posted by Rajendra Sharma. Rajendra Sharma is again one of our students. He says the average of 40 students in a class is 15 years. When 10 new students are admitted, the average is increased by 0.2 year. Find the average age of the new students. Find the average age of the new students. Again, you can go by the concept of equal distribution, or you can simply write that equation based on the formula of average to solve this question. 1 minute is what you have. The clock starts now. (17, 15.8, 16) different answers for this particular question, right? Read the question properly. We have discussed this multiple times that we actually fail sometimes because we don't read the question clearly, right? 16, 17, 15.8. These are the different answers that have come in. 15.7, yeah. (17). Chandan has got 17. Amit Verma has got 15.8. Ganesh has got 16. So looks like there's some confusion in the student community with this one, right? Spend some more time, 30 more seconds. Try it out. Check the question properly. Do it in a conventional way. If you are finding equal distribution to be not so easy, try to do it in the conventional way first and then understand the same thing using equal distribution. Yeah. Another response, 15.6. Right? Somebody's got 15.6, but then Bhavya, Isha and Kundan Kumar have got 16. Got it? 5. Look at this. 5. Bhushan Pramod has got the answer as 5. Nitin says it should be 16. Nandini says it should be 17. Yeah. It looks like Bhushan is the only one who has got a different answer altogether when compared to others, right? Others are at least in a range 16, 17, 15.8, 15.6, 15.7. Right or wrong we'll figure out later, but you know, Bhushan is like way different from what others have said. 5, he says. 5. Then we have Matangi who has got 6. Bhavani has got 18.2. So what are you guys doing, right? Anjaney has got 8.2. One question, 10 different answers, or rather one easy question from an easy topic and then 10 different answers. You can't, you just cannot do this in your exam, right? Supposedly an easy question. So I've seen many times students complain that why do you take up such easy ones? We can solve it. I mean, those who have got the right answer, they will definitely say yes, it's an easy one, but it shows that many of you have failed. All right, so time now to discuss this. Let me take up the solution, right? Siva Reddy has got 30, another extreme there, 30, right? Here we go. The question was posted by Rajendra Sharma. It reads that the average age of 40 students in a class is 15 years. Average age of 40 students in a class is 15 years. When 10 new students are admitted, the average is increased by 0.2 years. Average is increased by 0.2 years. Find the average age of the new students. Find the average age of the new students. See, average age of 40 students is 15 years. So what is the sum of the ages of these 40 students? You know that sum is equal to average into the number of students. So sum of the ages of all these 40 students will be 40 into 15. How much is that? 600. When 10 new students are admitted, so when 10 new students are admitted, the total group becomes 50. The size of the group becomes 50. Now what is the sum of the ages of these 50 students? 50 into their average. What is the average? The average increased by 0.2 years. See, earlier the average was 15. Now the average is increased by 0.2. So it becomes 15 plus 0.2. 15.2 basically. 15 to 15.2. 15 to 50. What is 50? 15 plus 0.2 is 15.2. 15 to 15.2. How much will that be? How much will that be? See, 152. 15.2 into 50 is like 5 into 152, right? 5 into 152. What is 5 into 152? You're getting it? Original average is 15 years. After 10 more students are admitted, let me break this step also so that you can follow it easily, right? Why do we get 50? Because the new strength is how much? The new strength is 40 plus 10. 10 more students have joined this group, because of which the average increased by 0.2. So this becomes 15 plus 0.2. So basically 50, which is equal to 5050 into 15.2. Simplify this. How much is this? How much is this? 15 to 15.2. 50 into 15 is 750, or 5 into 152. So 5 into 150, which is 750. 5 into 760. You're getting it? So original sum was 600. Sum of the ages of 40 students was 600. Sum of the ages of 50 students is 760. What is he asking us to find out? Find the average age of the new students. Average age of the new students. What is the sum of the ages of new students? Sum of the ages of new students is nothing but sum of the ages of 50 students minus sum of the ages of 40 students, which comes out to be 760 minus 600. Yes or no? 760 minus 600. How much is this? 160. But what is he asking us to find out? He's asking us to find the average. Average of the new students, which will be sum of the new students divided by the number of new students. So 160 by 10. 16 should be the answer. No? So what's the confusion? I'm sure many of you have not understood the question properly. When he says find the average of new students, it is only the new students who have got admitted. See, go by the wordings used in the question, right? He's not asking you to find the new average. If he says find the new average, then you should say 760 by 50 is the new average. Or the new average is 15.2. You're able to follow? This is not new average, this is the average of new students. Right? The new average is what? New average is 15 plus 0.2. 15 plus 0.2 is 15.2. 15 plus 0.2 is 15.2. You're getting it? 15 plus 0.2, 15.2. So the correct answer to this question will be 16. The average age of new students. New students is only those 10 students. The average age of those new 10 students who have joined is equal to 16. Right? Now, how do you solve this question using equal distribution? This is the conventional method. We have used the formula, how to find out the sum, take the difference of the sum and solve. Right? But how do you do it in a smart way? Smart method is again nothing but the concept of equal distribution, right? Equal distribution. The concept of equal distribution. So try and use that concept now, equal distribution concept. How do you answer this? See, it's simple. When there were 40 students, the average was 15. There were 40 students like this, right? What is the average? The average was 15. When 10 new students are admitted, so 10 new students have joined, so 40, and then 10 more have joined, plus 10, the average increases by 0.2. It becomes 15.2. Understand that if these 10 students had come with the same average of 15, the average would have remained 15 only. You're getting it? If these 10 new students who have joined, if their average was 15, what does it mean? There are 40 people, each person has got 15 rupees. It's like this. There are 40 people, each person has got 40 persons, each person has got 15 rupees. 10 more persons join this group, each person's average becomes 15.2 rupees. Now the point that I'm trying to make is, if these 10 persons who have joined also had 15 rupees each, average would have remained 15 only. Because 40 have got 15, these 10 have also got 15, overall 50 people have got 15 rupees each. So average is 15. But because these 10 people had something more, average increased and it became 15.2. So earlier, each of these 40 values were 15, 15, 15, 15, 15 and so on. Now each of these 50 values is how much? 15.2, 15.2, 15.2 and so on. So what is the net increment? What is the net increment? The net increment is how much? It is 0.2. It has increased 0.2. For how many people? For 50 people. You're getting it? For all the 50 people, the value has increased by 0.2. Earlier there were 40 people, the value was 15 each. Now there are 50 people, the value is 15.2 each. So the net increment is 0.2 into 50. 0.2 into 50 is how much? 0.2 into 50 is 10. The net increment is 10. What is he asking us to find out? Average of new students. What is the average of new students? See, understand, this increment of 10 has been brought by how many students? 10 new students. 10 new students are joined. Right? So the net increment in average, this is net increment in the sum. Now the net increment in average. What will be the net increment in average? The net increment is 10, but this has been brought by 10 students, which means each person has brought 1 rupee extra. So earlier the average is 15 rupees, now the average becomes 15 plus 1, 16 rupees. So the new students average will be equal to 15 plus this one, which is 16 rupees. You're able to follow. See, because I'm explaining it is taking a little bit of time, but when you do it yourself, having understood the concept of equal distribution, then it becomes very easy. All we are trying to find out is how much is the net increment brought into the system. The net increment brought into the system is 0.2 rupees for 50 persons. So total increment is 10 rupees. These 10 rupees have been introduced by the 10 new students. That means each new student has come with 1 rupee extra. Now it need not be a compulsion that each person has got 1 rupee extra. It could be that 5 persons have got 2 rupees extra, each of them, and another 5 have got nothing extra. So 5 into 2 is also 10. Or it could be that only 1 person has got 10 rupees extra and other 9 persons have got nothing. But overall, since I said average is an equal distribution, we have to divide it equally. So all the 10 persons we are considering in this division. So each person has got 1 rupee extra. 1 rupee extra when compared to 15 rupees. So the new average will be 15 plus 1, 16. Alright, so answer to this question is 16. Either you follow the regular method or the smart method of equal distribution. But then the point remains the same. Questions from average can be solved using the concept of equal distribution. So I would again recommend all of you that you go through our videos and understand how is this equal distribution important and how does it help us in solving these questions. Right? We have discussed all these scenarios, right? When a new person joins the group, when a person leaves the group, how will the average get disturbed, right? And how can you easily understand that using equal distribution. All right, so 16 is the answer to this question. I hope all of you have followed this. Like, look at how Sushant Jadhav has solved it, right? Very simple. That's what we need to do. I mean, you don't have to put pen on paper for this. New people have joined, average has increased, which means obviously their average is more than 15. 15 plus something. How much more? They have bought 0.2 more for 50 people. So 15 plus 0.2 into 50. We'll give you 16 as the answer. I mean, it's not 0.2 into 50, it's 0.2 into 50 by 10. So Shant, your solution is partially correct. You have not divided the second part by 10. The actual solution to your expression there, 15 plus 0.2 into 50 should be 25. Right? You have to divide the second term by 10 because it should be divided equally again. Yeah? Clear to all of you? Should we go for the next one? Followed? Yeah, I think many of you have confirmed that you have followed. So let me present the next question to you all. I think enough of averages. Let's take something on profit and loss now. I mean, I've got a couple of more questions. I'm sure it'll be interesting to take it up, but let's solve something on some other topic and then we'll go back. It otherwise will get a little boring. Okay. So the next question is on your screens now. This was posted by Sulekha. It says the dealer sold 3/4 of his articles at a gain of 20% and the remaining at cost price. Find the gain earned by him in the whole transaction. You should not take more than 15 seconds to answer this question in your exam. Your time starts now. I may give you a little more time here, but remember, this is a 15-second solution. Do it quick. Samriddhi is the first one to respond. She's got 15, and then Abdul Rauf, Nayan, Neeraj, Marnab, Lakshman, Nilesh, Akash, Shahin, Nikhil, Gurpreet, Arev. Good to see this clarity in the answer here. Chandra, Neeraj, Ashish, all you guys have got 15 as the answer. I'll wait for maybe a few more seconds. Like Raju has got 26.33. Raju, check your solution. Got it? All right, so time now to discuss this. I think I've given you more than sufficient time, and let's take it up. So the question here was posted by Sulekha. See what it says. A dealer sold 3/4 of his articles at a gain of 20% and the remaining at the cost price. Find the gain earned by him in the whole transaction. So basically it's again distributing the articles into two groups and selling one group into, selling one set into at some profit, the other set at some other profit, and then we got to work on the overall profit. Yeah. So what happened here? 3/4 is what? 75%. 75% of the articles were sold at a gain of 20%, and the remaining is what? 25% at the cost price. So 75% were sold at a gain of 20%. Remaining 25% were sold at the cost price. Find the gain earned by him in the whole transaction. See, gain is all about cost price and selling price. Let's assume the total cost price is 100 rupees. Let's assume the total cost price is 100 rupees. Now 75% of articles meaning 75% of the cost. So 75 rupees. And remaining 25% of articles means 25% of the cost, 25 rupees. So this is costing only. This is the cost price. Yeah. Now what is the selling price? Understand. What is the selling price? What is the sale price? These 75% were sold at what profit? At 20% profit. So if you make 20% profit on 75 rupees, the selling price will be 75 plus 20% of 75. I am writing the full step, but you should directly write 90 because 20% of 75 is 15. Right? 20% of 75 is 15. So 75 plus 15, 90. And these were sold at the cost price, which means 0% profit. Yes or no? The remaining 25% was sold at the cost price. There was no profit, 0% profit, which means selling price will be equal to the cost price, 25 rupees only. Yeah. What is the overall selling price? 90 plus 25. 90 plus 25 is 115. Overall selling price. So I invested 100 rupees. I made 115 rupees. How much is my profit? Profit is 15%. 15 rupees on 100 rupees, right? 15% profit is the answer. Very simple. I think you did not even put pen on paper for this. You can do this mentally, right? 75% is 75 rupees. On that we are making a profit of 20%. Makes it 90 rupees. The other section has got 0% profit. So suppose, now this is how you solve these questions in general, right? I mean, if it is 10% profit, this will become 25 plus 10% of 25. If it is, let's say, 10% loss, this will become 25 minus 10% of 25. Accordingly, find out the overall selling price and then measure the overall profit or overall loss. Okay, so 15% is the final answer. 15% is the final answer to this question. Just you have to play with numbers. Okay. There can be shortcut formula for solving such type of questions, but I would suggest not to learn too many shortcuts or too many shortcut formulae because it will be difficult to recall these when you are solving it in the exam, right? So try to keep it simple, right? If you are thorough with the basic concept and if you can do your calculations quickly, right? If you can play with numbers easily, then no need to depend too much on the shortcut formula there. Yeah. Should I present the next question now? Next question to you all. Let's take the next one. I mean, this again is a very common question type from profit and loss. We have solved this many times in the past, these type of questions in the past, but I don't know why again Amar Khan has got stuck with this one, and why has nobody responded to his query in the forum. So I'll give you 1 minute for this as well. Let's see if you're able to crack it quickly, right? The question is on your screens. This is from profit and loss. Got it? 120, 250, 160, different responses coming in, which is not expected. This is one question which has been solved many times in the past. Then why is that you are not able to get a common answer and a common right answer? Ganesh has got 250, Pawan Kumar has got 120, Samriddhi has got 160. What's happening? And only 3 responses. Got it? See, Rishabh has got 250, but then Arghya Das, who have not seen before in my live chat, good to see you guys. So Arghya Das has got 300. Monica on the other hand has got 250, right? Chandan, Babulal, they have also got 250. Hari Ganesh has got 100. So clearly you are not comfortable with this one, right? Ramalakshmi has got 150. Shiva Reddy has got 90. What is happening with you guys? Mahata has got 100. I was not expecting this. I mean, when I shared the screen with this one, I thought maybe I should have not chosen this one because we have solved this many times in the past, right? I mean, not the same question, but this type of question where selling price and cost price changes accordingly the profit changes, and you're required to find out the cost price. But having seen your responses now, I think I was not wrong in choosing this one. Arif and Darshini have got 250. Shah Nawaz has got 100. Harita has got 250. So clearly 250 is the common response, but there is a variety on the other hand, right? 160, 100, 90, 150, 300, 125, right? Vibhut Tiwari has got 125. Akash Trivedi says 250. What is happening? Bhavya has got 250. I'm telling you, if you guys go through the advanced examples, you will find that we have solved this many times. So let me take it up. I thought I'll just cut down all the unnecessary steps and directly write the two equations, but looks like I'll have to explain it neatly to you all. So here we go. The solution is as follows. So the question here was posted by Amar Khan. He says Sudhira sold a watch at a profit of 20%. Had she bought it at 10% less and sold it at rupees 30 less, she would have still gained 20%. Find the cost price of the watch. So basically Sudhira sold a watch at a profit of 20%. The profit was 20%. Had she means if she buys it at 10% less, that means if the cost price is 10% less, and if it is sold at rupees 30 less, that means selling price is 30 less, she would have still gained the same 20%. The profit will remain as 20%. Find the cost price of the watch. How do you solve this? Simple. Let's assume that there are two cases, original case and the new case. Original case and the new case. New case as in the assumption. If, right, had she bought, right? So if case. If the cost price and selling price are changed, right? If case. So original case means let's assume the cost price is C. Selling price is S. How much is the profit? 20%. If the profit is 20%, can you not say selling price is equal to 1.2 times the cost price? Because when the profit is 20%, selling price will be 120% of cost price. And 120% of cost price is 1.2C. So S equals to 1.2C. This is the original case. What happens in the new case? If she bought it at 10% less, that means the cost price C dash will be 10% less than the original cost price. C minus 10%. Now C minus 10% of what? 10% of C. C minus 10% of C. So C minus 0.1C, which is 0.9C. 0.9C. What will new selling price S dash? Sold it at rupees 30 less. New selling price S dash will be original selling price minus 30. What will be the new profit? 20%. The profit is 20% means what? S dash is equal to 1.2 times of C dash. Don't ask me how. The same concept, right? Profit is 20% implies selling price will be 120% of cost price. 120% is 1.2. So this is 1.2 times the cost price. But I know S dash in terms of S, substitute. We also know C dash in terms of C, substitute. So what do we get? S minus 30 equals to 1.2 times of C dash. C dash is 0.9C. Now if you observe, there are two equations. One equation in terms of S and C, the other equation is also in terms of S and C. Two equations and two variables, can you solve? Yes. He's asking us to find out the cost price. What is the cost price? Yes or no? Just substitute S equals to 1.2C in this place. We'll get the answer. So overall what do we get? S is 1.2C. So 1.2C minus 30 equals to 1.2 into 0.9C. Now simplify, I think 1.2 is common on both the sides, right? I mean 1.2C minus 1.2 into 0.9C. So I think I can take 1.2 common. It will be 1 minus 0.9C, which is equal to 30. So basically, I'm writing all the steps in detail so that you can follow the solution. Otherwise, you can cut down a lot of these steps. 1 minus 0.9 is 0.1. 0.1C is 30. So C is equal to 30 into 10 into 10 by, 30 into 10 into 10 by 12. I mean, I'm multiplying both the sides by 100. Yeah. So what happens? This is like 300 by 12. 300 by 12 is 25. 25 tens is 250. So the cost price is 250. That's your answer. Cost price is 250. And I think that's how you solve it. You don't have to write all these steps. You can cut down a lot of the steps. But a smart person will directly put this. You will not write all this unnecessary stuff, right? Don't go by the length of the explanation or the number of steps that you put here. Whatever is being highlighted in green is important. This step and this step, which is again can be avoided. This second one can be avoided. You can directly write this. So this is what you need to work on. These two equations you solve, you'll get the cost price. You'll get the cost price as 250 upon simplifying this. Yeah. So it looks to be lengthy, but a very simple solution, right? You should just play with these equations, simplify it to get the answer. So the cost price will be 250. The cost price of the watch will be 250. You can also go by options if you want, but since options have not been given, we couldn't try that method, right? If options are given, we can check which option is giving us the which option is satisfying the given conditions of the question there. Yeah. Anyway, so the answer to this one is 250 rupees, which many of you have got, but then there are many others who got some random answer like 160 or 100 or 90 or 150 or 125 or 300 and so on. 250 is the correct answer. I'm sure those who all have got 250, those who all have got 300 have found the selling price, because 250 plus 20% is 300. But he did not ask us to find out the selling price, right? He had asked us to find out the cost price. Clear? If the solution is clear, I can quickly go to the next one. We are at 6:45, another 1 hour and 15 minutes to go for the session. Let's solve as many questions as possible. Followed? Can you go for the next one? Yeah? So where do you guys go wrong? I mean, how do you get 125, 160 and all those different answers? I am hoping you have realized your mistake and you'll correct it and you'll not repeat that in your bank exam. Okay? So let me present the next one now, which is on average. Let's take it up. Here's the question. This was posted by Krishnaveni. I think many questions on average today. Let's see if you're able to crack this. It says the captain of a cricket team of 11 members is 26 years old and the wicketkeeper is 3 years older. The ages of these two are excluded. The average age of the remaining players is one less than the average age of the whole team. What is the average age of the team? So interesting question on average. I think I'll leave you with this for 2 minutes maybe. Your clock starts now. I mean, it should not take more than 45 seconds in the exam if you follow the equal distribution concept. But here I'll give you 2 minutes. (24, 23). Okay. Arif has also got 23. Raju has got 23. Manikanta, Babu, Ashish, Kishore, Sarika, Nikhil, Rishabh, Nitin. All you guys have got 23. Good. So good to see that there is a consistency in your answers here. 23 is the most common one, right? Gayatri has got 24. But then Akash Trivedi, Gautam, they have got 23, right? Bhavita has got 24. Babulal has got 23. Sandhya has got 23. Yogita on the other hand has got 24. You can either go by the regular method where you know that average is equal to sum of all the values by number of values, or you can use the concept of equal distribution, or just go by options. Choice is yours. Yeah. How many of you are stuck? I know many of you have marked the answer to this question. Most of you have got 23, some have got 24. But how many of you are stuck? Let me understand that. How many of you have not been able to solve this question? How many of you have not been able to solve this question? Preeti Kumari has got 24, Shravani has got 23, Brigitte has got 23. Good. Quickly, how many of you have not got the answer? Chandan is stuck. Who else is stuck? Rahul, Sneha, these guys are also stuck, right? Ramal Lakshmi, Abhi Tripathi, Foram, and Hemalata. Yeah. Chalo, time now to discuss this. I think I've given enough time. You should have solved it by now. So let's discuss the solution. The question here was posted by Krishnaveni. It says the captain of the cricket team of 11 members is 26 years old and the wicketkeeper is 3 years older. If the ages of these two are excluded, the average age of the remaining players is 1 year less than the average age of the whole team. What is the average age of the team? What is the average age of the team? So interesting question. He says there is a cricket team of 11 members, right? The captain of this team is 26 years old and the wicket keeper is 3 years older. Wicket keeper is 3 years older, meaning wicket keeper's age is how much? 26 plus 3, which is 29 years. So the captain is 26 years old, the wicket keeper is 29 years old, right? Wicket keeper is 29 years old. Now the ages of these two are excluded. The ages of these two are excluded means what? This 26 years and 29 years are excluded from the group. The average age of the remaining players. What are the remaining players? See, out of 11 members, if you are excluding the age of 2, the remaining are 9, right? 11 minus 2, which is equal to 9. So age of the remaining players, average age of the remaining players is 1 year less than the average age of the whole team. What is the average age of the team is the question. What is the average age of the team is the question, right? Now let's solve it using the regular process, right? Let's assume that the average age of the whole team is A. Then what is the average age of the remaining players? The average age of the remaining players will be A minus 1, because it is 1 year less than this average, right? So if the average age of the whole team is A, average age of the remaining players will be A minus 1, 1 year less than this. Yeah. Now try to balance the total of their ages. See, what is the sum of all their ages? Sum of all the 11 members. Sum of all the 11 members will be equal to 11 into A, because average is A, which should be equal to 9 times of A minus 1 plus 26 plus 29. Solve for A and you will get the required answer. You're able to follow? Now let's understand this equation. I mean, this is just that equation which you need to solve. Only one equation and you'll get the answer. What is it? Average is A. So sum of all the 11 members will be 11 into A. For the remaining 9, now we are breaking this sum of 11 into 3 parts. 9 members, the captain and the wicket keeper. So captain's age is 26, wicket keeper's age is 29. We'll add these two to the age of the remaining 9 members. Now 9 members, average will be A minus 1 for the remaining 9 members, right? Average age of remaining players. Average age of remaining 9 players is 1 year less. So A minus 1. Solve for A and you'll get the answer. So what do we get? 11A minus 9A, right? 11A minus 9A. 11A minus 9A equals to minus 9 plus 26 plus 29. Solve this. So 2A is equal to, how much is this? 29 minus 9 is 20, 20 plus 26, 46. 2A is 46, implies A is equal to 23. That's your answer. What is he asking us to find out? What is the average age of the team? Average age of the team is average age of the whole team. So average age of the whole team A is 23 years. Option 1 is your answer. Just one step. I don't see any step other than this one. Write this one equation, solve, and you'll get the required answer. We are trying to just balance the sum of the ages of all the 11 players in 2 different ways. Equating this will give the answer. So I don't know how you guys have got 24 as the answer, right? 23 is the correct answer. Some of you have marked 24. It is wrong. 23 is the correct answer to this question. Now let's say we have to solve this question using the concept of equal distribution. This is a regular method, but how do you solve it using equal distribution? right? Equal distribution. Understand what happened this time. This time 2 members have been excluded. What is the value of these 2 members? The first member had 26 rupees, the second member had 29 rupees. These 2 have been removed. 55 rupees have been removed from the group. From the group of 11, 55 rupees have been removed. By removing this 55 rupees, what happened? The average age of the remaining players is 1 year less. So basically 55 rupees should go out. Yeah. Now what happened? These 2 guys, when they were leaving, they collected 1 rupee from all the remaining 9 members. They collected 1 rupee each from the remaining 9 members. There are 11 members, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 11 members are there, right? Out of these 11 members, the captain and the wicket keeper were asked to go out. While going out, what happened? When they left, when these 2 people left, the captain and the wicket keeper, we found that the average reduced by 1. So which means while leaving, when they were going out, during their exit, they collected not only their values, not only what they had earlier, they will collect their value, C plus WP, but also they collected 1 rupee from each of the remaining 9 members. They collected 1 rupee from each of the remaining 9 members. That's when the average will reduce by 1 year, right? I mean, if you reduce each value by 1 rupee, average will reduce by 1 rupee. That's what is given here. Average reduced by 1, which means each person's value reduced by 1. So they collected 1 rupee from each of the 9 members. You're getting it? So I can say that this 55 is, I mean, while 55 is 26 plus 29, don't get confused that way, but 55 is not what they're supposed to take. They were supposed to take 55 minus 9. So I'll subtract that 9 from here. 55, I'll remove this 9 rupees. They collected 9 rupees extra. So 46, which means they should have actually taken 46 rupees out. These 2 people should have taken 46 rupees out. And if 2 people are taking 46 out, meaning their average was 23. I mean, you got to understand this whole concept of equal distribution. Otherwise, you may not be able to follow this, right? This is easier to understand. But in my view, this equal distribution idea is also very simple. I'll just take 55 minus 9 by 2 as the answer. If you follow equal distribution concept, this is your answer. 55 has gone out, but they've taken 9 rupees extra. So I'll remove that 9 rupees. 46 was supposed to be the average of 2 persons. I mean, 46 is supposed to be the sum of 2 persons. So 46 is the sum of 2 persons. The average of those 2 persons is 23, which is supposed to be the average of the group as well. Equal distribution, right? These 2 persons will equally get 23 rupees each. So 11 members also got 23 rupees each. So option 1, 23 is the answer. You're getting it? I know this may sound a little complex to follow. Equal distribution method may sound a little complex to follow if you are not, if you have not gone through the basic videos. Yeah. So if it is looking complex, follow this method. Yeah, try to follow this method and you get the answer. Otherwise, just go by equal distribution. Okay. Now let me hear out from you guys if you have understood this or not. All those who have not understood can refer to the basic videos once. Just understand the basic concept of equal distribution and then it becomes easy. What are we saying here? There were 2 people who have gone out. If they go out with the average value, then they will not disturb the average of the group. Yes or no? In a group, when you add more values equal to the average, or when you remove values which are equal to the average will not get disturbed. These people went out with 55 rupees, 2 of them. If let's say by going out with 55 rupees, if they are not changing the average, we can say the average of the group was 55 by 2 directly. 55 by 2, 27.5. But by going out of the group, they have actually disturbed the average. How did it disturb it? They have reduced the average of the remaining group by 1. Which means while leaving, they collected not only what they had, but 1 rupee from each of the remaining 9 people. They collected 9 rupees extra. So this 55 has extra 9 rupees, which has to be removed. 46. That means these 2 people, captain and wicket keeper, when they were going out, they were supposed to go out with 46 rupees only. They took 9 rupees extra. Supposed to go out with 46 rupees, which means suppose the average of the group was 46. I mean, for these 2 persons was 46. Not the average, the sum was 46. See, there are 2 persons involved. So 46 by 2, 23 is the average of the group. That's the whole idea. I mean, that's how you can, understand and work on it. Clear? Shall I go for the next one? Ramesh wants me to explain this once again, but Ramesh, I think this video will get added to your account very soon. So I would request you to go through that recorded video once it gets uploaded by tomorrow evening and then also go through the basic videos of average. I'm sure it will be very easy to follow after that. Let's now move to the next question. Yeah. Next question is on your screens now. I hope all of you are able to see the next question. These were posted by Ramalakshmi. How to solve by using smart techniques like digit root method or the digital root method. Now I want you to I want all of you to try this out first. There are two questions on your screen. Try both the questions and then we will discuss the smart techniques. If at all there is a smart technique. Remember, not every question can be answered using unit digit method or root digit method or approximation method. If nothing works out, if no technique works out, then you will have to go for the complete solution. So I'll leave you with these two questions for maybe 2 minutes. Try to apply digital root method, see what happens, and then maybe we can see how to get the answer. All right. So the two questions are on your screen now. Are you guys able to see the question? Oh, I'm sorry, I think. Just a second. Okay, just give me a second. I'll try to arrange the question on the screen. Okay, here are the two questions. Oh, sorry, I know the questions were not on display, but now I'm sure you can see the questions, right? Numbers, just play with these numbers. Samriddhi has got 5887 as the answer for one of the questions, I guess. Anil Kiran says that the answer for the first question is option 5. And try the second one as well. Let's see. Got it? Okay, for the second one, I guess you've got 3239, but understand that Ramalakshmi wanted us to solve it using a smart technique. Now, if you have used the regular method, then you have to explain why you did not use the smart technique. You getting it? So not just the answer, but how you arrive at the answer is also important, and I want all of you to explain what method have you followed. What method did you follow to get whatever answer you have got? I think 135401 is what most of you have marked for the first one, and option 43239 for the second one. Yeah. So please help me understand the method that you have followed so that we can proceed with this.
Collection class has are
3239. Arif says I use the regular method, too many numbers, or getting confused while using any trick. Sandhya says she has used digital route. Good. That's what Ramalakshmi wanted us to use. How about Gurpreet Singh? Gurpreet Singh, root digit doesn't apply to all the questions. Okay. Ati says for the second one, the easier is to get even using, okay, it's even easier to solve using regular method. Nilesh Chaudhary has also used the conventional method. What about others? Pavan Kumar says I got stuck. Yes, it is obvious that all of you will get stuck if you apply digital root method or the root digit method to this question. I'll explain why, but let me also understand from others, right? So what have you done? Have you applied the regular method to get the answer? Regular method, yeah. Okay, Ashish has used regular method, Banashri, Paul, Rishabh. Gayatri says she has used digital route, sir. I don't understand how did anyone solve this question using digital route. Remember, or not like remember, but digital route method cannot be applied to these two questions. You will not be able to use it in this one. Pavan Kumar says explain by digital route. I'll explain you why digital route cannot be applied here. We will definitely discuss that, but I want to know how many of you have solved using digital route. Bhushan Pramod says for second one the answer should be 164 into 20. Okay. Any other insight there? Any other method that you've applied? Yeah. John Master has also realized that digital route is not applicable here. Why is it not applicable is an important question. Again, to those who have not followed our simplifications videos, the videos that we have on simplifications, you will probably not understand the concept of digital route, because I'm not going to discuss the basic concept here, right? I mean, we'll directly apply the technique, assuming that you have learned the basic concept to the videos, right? So if you do not know what is unit digit method, or what is digital route method, or what is, let's say, approximation method, I would strongly recommend that you go through the simplifications video. Okay, there we have discussed all such techniques. Let us now solve this question. Okay, Sneha says digit route is applicable for first one but not for second one. It will not be applicable for first one as well. Remember, digital route will not be applicable. I'll give you an idea. Simple idea is, digital route fails in this particular case because we are dealing with questions which involves multiplication. And the point is, when you are trying to multiply two numbers, if the root digit of one of the numbers is 9, irrespective of what the other number is, the root digit of the product will always be 9. You understand? If the root digit of one number is 9, irrespective of what the other number is, irrespective of what the other number is, the root digit of the product will always be 9. I'll tell you why. Like for example, let's understand. You know what is root digit, right? Root digit is sum of the digits till you get a single digit number. Now there are two numbers that you're trying to multiply. The root digit of this number is 9. Try to take the other number, right? What are the possible values for the root digit of the number? It can be 1. 9 into 1, you got 9. Overall root digit is 9. Suppose the root digit of other number is 2. 9 into 2, 18. The product is 18. Root digit is 9 again. 9 into 3, 27. Root digit is 9 again for 27. 9 into 4, the other number has, let's say, root digit 4. 9 into 4, 36. The root digit of the product is 9 again. 9 into 5, 45. 9. 9 into 6, 54. 9 into 7, 63. 9 into 8, 72. So the point is, once you multiply a number with 9, irrespective of what the root digit of that number is, the root digit of the product is always going to be 9. And that's why this particular set of questions that we have on the screen here are not, or these questions cannot be solved using root digit. Okay, so let me share the screen again and explain this to you clearly using the examples that we have here. Okay, so here we go. So here are the two questions. These were posted by Ramalakshmi. How to solve by using smart techniques like digit root method, right? So basically the questions are on simplification, right? 145 into 69 into 252 into 348 equals to what into 6480. Options have been given. Similarly, 144 into 158 into 164 is equal to what into 16 into 9 into 8. Options have been given. You're supposed to find out what comes in place of question mark in these two questions. Now, easy to solve. Question mark will be equal to the product of all these values divided by 6480. Here, product of all these values divided by 16 into 9 into 8. But then, how do we solve it using smart technique like digit root method? Now, digit root method is nothing but the digital root method. I mean, that's what she's referring to, right? Digital root or the root digit method. Yeah. Now, I hope all of you know what is a digital root or what is root digit for a number, right? Root digit, in simple words, is this sum of the digits. It can also be referred to as lucky digit, right? Many of us do this in our day-to-day life, but we don't know that the concept is root digit, right? Like for example, the number is, let's say, 796342. What's the root digit for this number? Root digit is nothing but sum of the digits till you get a single digit number. You keep adding the digits and till you arrive at a single digit number. So 7 plus 9, 16, 16 plus 6, 22, 22 plus 3, 25, 25 plus 4, 29, 29 plus 2, 31. Again, 31 is what? 3 plus 1. Root digit is equal to 4. So the root digit of this number is 4. Yeah. Now, ancient Indian mathematics tells us that root digit is always balanced on both the sides. Root digit always gets balanced on both the sides. So that's what we will use in answering questions on root digits, right? But before that, let me also quickly remind you that when you're finding out root digit, anything that makes up 9 can be excluded. Like for example, even if I don't count 9 here, root digit will still remain 4. Check. 7 plus 6, 13, 13 plus 3, 16, 16 plus 4, 20, 20 plus 2, 22, 22, 2 plus 2, 4. You getting it? So 9 makes no difference in the root digit. Not just 9, anything that makes 9 also makes no difference. Like for example, 6 and 3 are 9, right? 6 and 3 together is 9. Leave that. Find out the root digit for remaining numbers, remaining digits. 7 plus 4, 11. 11 plus 2, 13. 13. 1 plus 3 again gives you 4. Forget about that. 7 into 2 also is 9, right? Exclude that. 4. Root digit is 4. So root digit basically is the sum of the digits. Sum of the digits till you get a single digit number. And when you are finding out the sum of the digits, you can exclude 9 or the digits which add up to 9. Because those will not have any impact on the root digit. Okay. Now, how is this concept of root digit useful? Simple example. Let's take a simple example. Let's say the question is 42 into 19. What is 42 into 19? Simplify. 42 into 19 is 840 minus 42, which is 798. Concept of root digit tells that the root digit will be balanced on both the sides. What is the root digit of 42? 6. What is the root digit of 19? See, 4 plus 2, 6. 19 will be 1. Because 9 can be excluded, we'll have 1. Root digit is 1. What is the root digit of 798? Find out. 9 can be excluded. 7 and 8 is 15. 15 is 1 plus 5, 6. Try and check. The root digit is balanced. It was product, right? I'm copying the same sign. So 6 into 1 is equal to 6. It balances. Root digit is always the same on both the sides. That's the whole concept. Right? So what you have here is the definition of root digit. on the right hand side box. Root digit or digital root. Yeah, this is the concept. Now, using this concept, how do you solve the question? There are other types of concepts as well. Like for example, unit digit method, where we work only on the unit digit. But if you observe the options, all the options here end with 1. So the unit digit method will not work. Not work at all. Similarly, in the second question also, all the options end with 9. So unit digit method is not going to work. It's a failure. I mean, you should not even apply. Anybody who tries unit digit method here is wasting his precious time. Because before you apply unit digit method, you should always check the options. All the options are ending with the same digit. Doesn't make any sense in going for unit digit method. Maybe you can do approximation, but even that may not be very useful because options are close, right? 1,35,401 and 1,35,501. There is a difference of just 100 over 1,35,000, which is very, very close. 1,36,401 is also 1,000 difference in these two options. See, these two options are also very close. So when options are close, going for approximation may not be a great idea, right? In the second case also, all the options are close. 3039, 3139, 100 is the difference. 3239, another 100 is the difference. 3439, 200 is the difference. Here also 100 is the difference between 3 and 5. So options are again close here. So when the options are too close, spaced out closely, applying approximations or using approximation method is not going to be a great idea. So unit digit method cannot be applied, approximation method cannot be applied. Either do the complete calculation or go for digital root. Now what happens when you apply digital root? Basically the idea is that find out the digital root of left hand side, balance it with the right hand side. Balance the digital root with the right hand side. Okay, what do? Put options one by one in place of question mark and see which option satisfies the condition of digital root. So let's do that, right? I'll take the first question. 145 into 69 into 252 into 348 equals to question mark into 6480. Now apply digital root. 145, what is the digital root? 4 and 5 is 9, right? So digital root is 1. 69, 9 gets cancelled, digital root is 6. Into, right? Remember into. 252, 2 into 5 into 2 plus 5 plus 2. So 2 plus 5, 7, 7 plus 2, 9. I think the moment I get 9, I'll stop the digital root calculation on the left hand side. You can continue doing it, but it makes no sense. I'll tell you why. First let's find out the digital root here. 3 plus 4, 7. 7 plus 8, 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. Digital root here is 6. Without putting pen on paper, I can say that the overall digital root on the left hand side is going to be 9. Why is it so? Check first of all. 1 into 6 is 6. 6 into 9, 54. 54 into 6. What is 54 into 6? 54 into 6 will be 324. For 324, what's the digital root? 3 plus 2 plus 4, 9. Or you can do it in parts also, right? Like 1 into 6 is 6, right? 9 into 6 is 54. For 54, the digital root is 9. 6 into 9, so this 54 can be replaced as 9. 6 into 9 is 54 again. And for 54, the digital root is 9. So the point is, overall the digital root is going to be 9. But then I can say that the digital root on the left hand side is 9 even without doing any calculation here, because one of the digits is 9. One of the roots is 9. One of the digital roots is 9. Remember, the point is when you multiply any number with 9, like 1 into 6 is 36. But not just 36. You multiply any number with 9, overall digital root will always come out to be 9. Why is it so? Let's understand that concept. Like for example, let's say one root digit is 9. The other root digit is 1. What is the overall root digit? 9 only. 1 is 9, the other is 2. 9 into 2, 18. What is the root digit for 18? 1 plus 8, 9. One root digit is 9, the other one is, let's say, 6. 9 into 6, 54. 5 plus 4, it always gives you a result as 9. One root digit is 9, the other one is, let's say, 7. 9 into 7, 63. 6 plus 3, 9. So the point is, you multiply any root digit with 9. The overall root digit is always going to be 9 for multiplication when you are multiplying. Simple idea. Yeah? If you look at the multiples of 9, 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, all these add up to 9 only. So without doing any calculation, the moment I get 252 as 9, the moment I get a root digit as 9, when I'm finding out product of root digits, I'll stop there itself. I don't even have to calculate this. I can say that overall product will give me a root digit of 9. So left hand side is 9. The root digit on the left hand side is 9. Now what? If the root digit on the left hand side is 9, the root digit on the right hand side should also be 9. So what comes in place of question mark is to be found. Find out the root digit of 6480. Find out the root digit of 6480. Find out. 6 plus 4, 10. 10 plus 8, 18. 18 plus 0, 0. 18 plus 0, 18. 6 plus 4, 10. 10 plus 8, 18. 18 plus 0, 18. 18 is a root digit. But again, root digit for 18 is 1 plus 8, 9. Now here is the problem. What I have on the left hand side is 9. What I have on the right hand side is a question mark multiplied by 9. Now anything I put in place of question mark will always give me a result as 9 only. It will get balanced. So I'll not be able to solve this question using concept of root digit. You take the root digit of all the options. 1, 3, 5, 4, 0, 1, right? I think root digit will be what? 1 plus 3 plus 1, 4. Here it will be 6. What is the root? You understand? 4 plus 1 plus 1, 6. What will be the root digit here? 1, 3, 5 gets cancelled. 5 plus 1, 6. 2, 4, 5, 9, 1. 2, 4, 5, 9, 1. 9, 4, 5 gets cancelled. Root digit is 3. Here, I think it is going to be 1. The problem is you put anything in place of question mark. 4 into 9, option 1. Put question mark. In place of question mark, I am putting the root digit of option 1. 4 into 9, 36. 3 plus 6, 9. And many of you would have marked option 1 as the answer. But remember, option 1 satisfies, option 2 also will satisfy. 6 into 9, 54. 5 plus 4, 9. Balanced or not? Option 2 also is correct. Option 3 says 6. 6 into 9, 54 again. If this 6 is satisfied, this 6 also will satisfy. 3, put option 4. Option number 4, root digit is 3. 3 into 9, 27. 2 plus 7, 9. Balanced or not? So that way option 4 is also correct. Put option 5, 1. Root digit in place of question mark is 1. 1 into 9, 9. Option 5 also is correct. All the options will come out to be correct. All the options here will come out to be correct. Why? I am dealing with a product that involves one of the numbers as 9. One of the root digits as 9. It will fail. The root digit fails here. Does not mean that all the answers are correct. How can all the answers be correct? All the answers cannot be correct. Only one of them has to be correct. So don't mark the answer blindly as option 1. If you have marked the answer as option 1, which means you have not really verified 2, 3, 4, 5. When you verify 2, 3, 4, 5, option 2, option 3, option 4 and option 5, you will find that even these options satisfy. You're getting it? So the point I'm trying to make is digital root method is very interesting, very, very important, but it will not work always. It will not work always. It will fail in these cases where I'm multiplying with 9. If this was 9, if the left hand side is 9, on the right hand side here if I have got 3, then not a problem. Suppose instead of 9 if I had 3, then I would have got one of the correct answers. I mean I would have found which one is the correct answer. If there is anything in place of 9 here, 4, 1, 6, 5, 2, 3, 7, 8, it will work. Because that 8 multiplied by what will give me 9? Then that's a different story. But here, since it is being multiplied by 9, anything will satisfy. Because anything will overall result in the root digit of 9 only. Yeah. So root digit fails when you have such a case. So it cannot be applied. A smart technique cannot be applied. And I told you, right? Not every question from simplification can be solved using a smart method. Some questions may need a regular method. I have told you already, I cannot do approximation also because options are too close. So all you have to do is apply the regular method. And I'm sure when you apply the regular method, you can solve it. I mean, you just have to deal with cancellations and simplify. So question mark will be equal to. So if you ask me how to solve this particular question number 1, I'll say the solution for question number 1 is this. Question mark equals to 145 into 69 into 252 into 348 divided by 6480. Work on this and you'll get the required answer. This is the only way to solve the question. Maybe you can eliminate some options by finding out the range. You see, the first option is 1,35,000. Second option 1,36,000. Third option 1,35,000. Fourth option is 24,000. Fifth option is 23,000. So these fourth and fifth options are in the range of 20,000s. But first three options are in the range of 1 lakh, 1,30,000. That is the range. So by just verifying the range, if I find out that the range has to be in 20,000, I can say option 1, 2, 3 are wrong. But between 4 and 5, you will still be confused. If I find out that the range should be in the, it should be in the range of 1,30,000, then definitely 4 and 5 are wrong. But between 1, 2 and 3, anyone can be correct. Yeah. So conventional method is the only way to solve this question. If you say this method is time consuming, then you better skip this question and go to the next one. And let me tell you, if you cannot do this simplification in 40 seconds, you are not fit for the exam. If this kind of simplification, what we have here, this is a conventional method. I agree. This is conventional method, regular method. So you may not be happy applying conventional method always. But in such a question, even if you apply conventional method, it should not take 40 seconds, more than 40 seconds. If it takes more than 40-45 seconds, you are not fit for the exam. If you cannot do this kind of a simplification, then it's going to be difficult. I mean, you have to be very quick in playing with these numbers, right? You just have to do cancellations as quickly as possible and then simplify it. Okay, let's try the digital root method now for the second question. Let me apply it for the second one. Yeah. So let me work on the second one in a different color so that you don't get confused with so much of writing here, right? I'm not interested in clearing it off. So let me solve the second question now. 144. What is the digital root for 144? 9. And the moment I get 9, I'll not worry about what is digital root of 158 and 164, because overall the digital root on the left hand side is going to be 9. 9 into anything will give me a digital root of 9. Simplify it on the right hand side, question mark into. Now on the right hand side I already have 9. For a single digit, the digital root is that number itself. Now whatever be the value of question mark, if I go by digital root method, it will always get balanced. So option 1 will satisfy. If you really look at it, option 1 will satisfy. Does not mean that option 1 is the correct answer. Option 1 need not be correct. So digital root is not applicable. You don't have to apply for every option and check. In the question itself, by looking at the question itself, I know that it is not applicable. So I'll have to go for a regular solution. And this also should not take more than 40-45 seconds. I think simple, no? 144 is 16 into 9. So 16 and 9 gets cancelled. Question mark should be equal to 158 into 164 by 8. Solve. Here, very easy. I mean, if you are good with numbers, you will say question mark will be equal to 158 into 164 divided by 8, because 16 into 9 is 144, and that 144, this 144 gets cancelled. Of course, the first question is not as simple as the second one. First question may take a little longer, but even that, if you are not confident about the conventional method, you just skip and go to the next one. So out of these two questions, solve only the second one and proceed. Okay, so that's the concept of digital root. I mean, we have not discussed this in detail, right? Detailed explanation is there in your video of simplifications, which you can follow. But remember, that's the reason there also when I was explaining the technique of digital root, I had mentioned that it may not be applicable in all the cases. And I had also mentioned that in terms of priority, you should always try unit digit method first, followed by approximations, followed by digital root, followed by conventional method. First priority is always unit digit, then approximations, if it works out for you, right? Then maybe digital root. It may or may not work. If all these fail, then you may go for the regular method, the conventional method, right? Or finally you can skip it. If conventional method also is not something that you think can help you, skip and go to the next one. Okay, so that's the solution for these two questions which are posted by Ramalakshmi. Okay. If this is clear, I can go to the next one. You'll get the answer. I mean, answers I'm sure you'll get it when you solve it yourself, but if you're clear, oh, I think Ramalakshmi said conventional method is time consuming, so what to do? Then skip it. If you think it is time consuming, skip it. Biprajit Malik says, had it not been 9 in between, then it could have been solved. Yes, if it does not involve 9, then we could have solved it using the same concept of digital root. Okay, I hope all of you have followed. If you can quickly acknowledge this, I will like to jump to the next one. Should I go for the next one now? Alright, so let's now take up something on data interpretation. You know that data interpretation has got a high weightage in the recent bank exams, right? And a variety of questions have been asked on data interpretation in the recent past, right? I mean, cases where data is missing, incomplete data is given, cases where data interpretation is on profit and loss, on simple and compound interest, on time and work, time and distance, permutations and combinations, probability. We have discussed all these varieties already through our advanced examples. Today I have one more question on data interpretation, which is kind of based on discounts and marked price and stuff like that. I mean, value and discount. This was posted by Ayushi Verma. So I'll present the data to you all, try to understand what can be done from the given data, what all can be extracted, and then I'll present the questions, right? Remember, it's purely a game of being able to play with numbers. You have to be really quick in the way you do your calculations. So let me leave you with the data for a few seconds, observe the data, understand what all can be found from the data, and then I'll present the questions one after the other. Okay, so here's the question on data interpretation on your screens. Now, see what it says. Following table chart shows the discount offered in different time slot and on different bill amount on Wednesday in KFC. Okay, if you have followed the data, please let me know. I'll present the questions to you all. Understood? Neeraj says in the exam the questions were asked as an approximation. If it is asked as an approximation, then the options will not be given like what it was given here, Neeraj. That's a different question type altogether. Okay, followed the data here. All right, I've got a few confirmations from Biprajit and John Master and Pooja, Archana, Dhaval and others there. Yeah. Rishabh wants one more minute, but I think we will take it up now. Are you clear with the data? All right, so let's take it up. This question here was posted by Ayushi Verma, which is on data interpretation. See what it says. Following table chart shows the discount offered in different time slots on different bill amount on Wednesday in KFC. So he's talking about discount offered in different time slots on different bill amounts on Wednesday in KFC. So too many conditions, yeah. So basically there are different time slots. From 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. is one slot, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. is the second slot, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. is the third slot. If your bill is up to 500 rupees, if your order amount is up to 500 rupees, you will get 10% discount. If you buy it in between 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. You will get 20% discount on the same order amount if it is between 4 to 7 p.m. and 30% discount if it is from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. So I think easy data to follow, right? Then the next range is 501 rupees to 1500 rupees. Then 1501 to 3000 rupees and then above 3000 rupees. Like for example, let's take some value here, right? Like let's say the bill amount is 450. For example, right? This is an example. Let's say here the bill amount is 700. I'm just taking some simple values so that I can explain you how to calculate a discount for different time slots. And in the third case, let's say the bill amount is 2200 and above 3000. Let's say it is 4600. Yeah. Now, how much will be the discount? If the bill amount is 450 and you have ordered between 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., you will get 10%. 10% of 450 is 45. 20% of 450 is 90. 30% of 450 is 135. You should be very quick in playing with these numbers. Are you able to follow? Yeah. Then 501 to 50. I mean, we have taken the example as 700, right? What is 15% of 700? It will be 105 rupees. 70 plus 35. 25% of 700, 140 plus 35, right? 175 rupees. Right? Here also it is 25%, so 175 rupees. Same discount. From 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., the discount remains the same. You getting it? 15% is 10 plus 5%. 10% is 70, 5% is 35. 25% is 20% plus 5%. So 140 plus 35, 175. 175. Now 2200, 12.5%. What is 12.5%? 10% is 220. 2.5% will be 1/4 of 220, which is 55. So 275 rupees. 30%, 660 rupees. 660 rupees. 4,600. What is 40% of 4,600? 460 into 4. So 1600 plus 240, 1840. 50%, 2,300. 60% discount, 2,300 plus 460, 2,760. So, whatever be the value, you should be very quick in, getting the discount there. These are all examples, I mean, assumptions. Don't get confused as to how I got 2,200, how I got 4,600 and so on. I'm just taking some example to explain you how to calculate the discount. Okay, let's now move to the questions here. So the first question on your screen here. So same data there. Look at the question. If Sheena and Raima goes to KFC at 3 p.m. and their bill amount was 1140, then what they need to pay? Very simple. See, they are going to KFC at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. is in this slot, right? In this slot. 3 p.m. is this slot. 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. it comes in the first slot. Their bill amount is 1140. 1140 is this range. 501 to 1500. So what should they get? They should get 15% discount. So how much will they pay? They'll pay only 85%. If they are getting 15% discount, they'll pay only 85%. So 1140 minus 15%. Answer should be 1140 minus 15% of 1140. Or it can be directly taken as 85% of 1140. But I'm sure finding out 85% of 1140 is as similar as 1140 minus 15%, and this would be easier in my view. 15% of 1140 is easier, and then subtract that. What is 15% of 1140? 10% is 114, 5% will be 57, 114 plus 57 will be 164, 171. So 1140 minus 171. You're getting it? 10%. See, always the base is 1140 here, right? So 10% is, you should be doing this mentally, right? 10% is 114, which implies 5% will be half of 10%. So half of 114 is 57. So total 15% is how much? 110 plus 50, 160, 4 plus 7, 11, 171. So 1140 minus 171. So it's like 1000 minus 31. 969 should be the answer in my view. 969, is it there? Oh, it's not there in the options. I think 969 should be the answer. It's not there in the options. 969. So Ayushi, I think options are not correct. Did you all get 969? 969 should be the answer. Sixth option. Correct answer. I mean, you cannot do this in the exam, but anyway, the idea is, this is how you solve it. Maybe if he's asking us to find out an approximate answer, we should go for 960 because this is closest. Approximately, this is the closest value. Okay, let me present the next question. If Ram goes to KFC at 6 p.m. and his total bill without discount was 2040, then find the net discount percent approximately. What? If Ram goes to KFC at 6 p.m. KFC at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. is this slot. And his total bill without discount was 2040. Without discount, the bill is 2040 in this range. Then find the net discount percent approximately. Net discount percent is what? 30% only, no? What is the confusion here? What's your view? Answer this question. I don't know what is he trying to ask us. Simple question. Ram goes to KFC at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. is in this slot. Total bill is without discount. Without discount means total order is this much, 2040, which is in this range. Find the net discount percent approximately. Net discount 30%, 30% of whatever amount. But since he's asking you percentage, it should be 30 only. Yeah. Ayushi, you have to throw some light. Is there any error in the question or is it as it is? Answer should be option 2 in my view. I mean, this is a 0 seconds question, right? You have to just pick up the value from the table and mark the answer. Let's go to the next one. Billing amount of Rajesh at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. is this slot. Was 3775. If an GST of 12% is applicable on discounted bill, find the amount Rajesh needs to pay. Right? So basically he says the billing amount means his order amount is 3775. 3775 is above 3000, right? Above 3000. So you have to look at this discount percentage. So billing amount of Rajesh at 9 p.m. was 3775. If a GST of 12% is applicable on discounted bill, then find the amount Rajesh needs to pay. So basically the total order value of Rajesh is 3775, but on that he's going to get a discount of 60%. So reduce 3775 by 60%, then increase the result by 12% because there is a GST of 12%. You're getting it? So 3775 minus 60%. You'll get some value here, X. On that X, you add 12%. Final answer will be X plus 12%. I mean, this is what you need to do. So 2 steps. First discount it by 60% and then increase the value by 12% to get the final answer. That's one way, or you can use the concept of effective percentage. If you do not want to do this, you can use the concept of effective percentage. Yeah, let's try this method first. Let's complete the solution using this method. So what will be X? 3775 minus 60%. So if you have to reduce by 60% means you have to take only 40%. So X will be 40% of 3775. Yes or no? 40% of 3775. Try to find this. Try to solve this. 40% of 3775. How much is that? You understand? Instead of calculating 60% discount, let's directly take 40% of 3775. So 40% of 3000 is 1200. 40% of 700 will be 280, which is overall making it 1480, and 40% of 75 will be 30. 7.5 into 4, 30. So I think 1200 plus 280, 1480, 1480 plus 30. Yes or no? 1480 plus 40% of 75 is 30, right? So 1510. 1510 plus 12 percentage. 12 percentage, yeah, so this will be 1510 plus 12 percentage of 1510. What is 12% of 1510? 12% is 10% plus 2%. So 1510 plus 151 plus 30.2. I think none of this is the answer, right? I mean, it will be in the range of 1800. None of the options are there in the range of 1800. Yeah, none of the options are there in the range of 1800. So option 5, none of this is the answer. Option 5, none of this would be the answer. Remember, if you are thinking that you will take 52% directly, 52% of this one, then you're wrong. You get me? 52% of that is going to be the wrong answer, because you just cannot add or subtract percentage. Remember, 60% is on the value of 3775. You getting it? 12% is on the value of X. Both are not on the same value. So you cannot say minus 60 plus 12 is minus 48. So final answer should be 52% of 3775. That's not the way you do it. Anyway, this is one method. The other method, like I said, is effective percentage. So how do you solve using effective percentage? Effective percentage. What happens? Effective percentage, A plus B plus AB by 100. So one percentage is minus 60. The other percentage is plus 12. So minus 60 plus 12 plus minus 60 into 12 by 100. Overall percentage that you have to consider on 3775. Do that and you'll get the answer. So minus 60 plus 12 is anyway minus 48. How much is this? This is like 3 by 5, right? 3 into 12, 36. 36 by 5 is 7.2, minus 7.2. You're getting it? 3 into 12, 36. 36 by 5 is minus 7.2. So minus 60 plus 12 is minus 48. Minus 48 minus 7.2 is minus 55.2. So basically, you have to reduce 3775 by 55.2% to get the required answer. Effective of 60% discount and 12% tax is going to be 55.2%. So your final answer will be, I mean, if you want to go by this method, final answer is going to be 3775 minus 55.2% of 3775. Sorry, 3775. Do this calculation, you get the answer. Anyway, this is like 55, I mean, more than 50% reduction, right? So it should be less than 1800. None of the options are less than 1800 here. I mean, it should be less than 1900. None of the options are less than 1900. Yeah. So option 5, none of this can be directly taken as the answer. You don't really have to do the full calculation. I mean, if you go step by step, maybe you'll have to do full calculation, but otherwise, here also full calculation is not needed. 12% will be approximately, like 180 here, right? So 1500 plus 180 is nowhere close to option 1, option 2, option 3 and option 4. Hence option 5 is the answer. And even if you go by effective percentage concept, say this is one method and this is the other method. Even if you go by the effective percentage concept, you know that you have to reduce overall by 55%. Okay. So that's about this particular one. Let's move to the next question. Here's the next one. If Sachin has to consume a food worth 1800, then his bill at 8 p.m. will be approximately what percent of his bill at 6 p.m. Now this is interesting. This question is interesting. Try this. Sachin has to consume a food worth 1800. 1800 is what range? This range. 1500 to 3000 range. Then his bill at 8 p.m. What will be his bill at 8 p.m.? 8 p.m. means this slot. Is approximately what percent of his bill at 6 p.m.? 6 p.m. is this slot. So what will be the bill at 8 p.m.? Bill at 8 p.m. What will be the bill at 8 p.m.? See, at 8 p.m. I'll get a 30% discount, which means it will be 70% of 1800. 70% of 1800 is 1800 minus 540, which is 1260. What is the bill at, what was the time? 6 p.m. 6 p.m. he is getting a discount of 30%. Oh, I wasted my time. No need. Bill at This also is wrong. None of the options, right? 100%. Answer should be 100% because bill at 6 p.m. also will be same 30% discount. That means 70% off. Am I taking the correct slot? 8 p.m. he said, right? 8 p.m. is in this slot. 6 p.m. is in this slot. Yeah. So 70% of 1800, which is also same 1260. You don't need to, you don't have to do this. You should have looked at this itself and said the answer is 100%. The answer to this should be 100%. Approximately 97%. Okay. He has used the word approximately. So 97%. Yeah. I think the best answer here is 97%. I'll tell you what happens. Bill at 8 p.m. comes out to be 70% of 1800. Yeah. Bill at 6 p.m. also comes out to be 70% of 1800, which is 1260. Now he's saying his bill at 8 p.m. 1260 is approximately what percent of bill at 6 p.m. So 1260 is what percent of 1260? 1260 by 1260 into 100. X is what percent of Y? X by Y into 100. It should be 100%. The moment you look at 30% here and 30% here, you should say 100%. But then, since he has used the word approximately, I think we should go for 97%. Option 4 will be the correct answer. It's not none of this. It's not none of this. None of this is not there at all. Option 4, 97% is the closest one. Yeah. Take the next one. If Neeta goes to KFC at 8:30, 8:30 is this slot. Paid a total bill of 1730 after discount. Then find her bill without discount. Yeah, so I think 1730 meaning it will be in this range, right? 1500 to 3000. So which means she would have got a discount of 30%. She paid 1730 after discount. See, if you are getting a discount of 30%, how much will you pay? You will pay only 70% of the value. So that 70% is equal to 1730. Find her bill without discount. Without discount will be 100%. That is equal to what? This is after discount. With the discount, 70%. Without discount, 100%. Without discount, 100% value. With discount, because she has got a 30% discount, she has to pay only 70%. That 70% is equivalent to 1730. 100% is equal to what? Cross multiply. So this will be equal to 100 into 1730 by 70. So I think this is 1400 plus 330, right? 1400 plus 330 is approximately 25 times. Or yeah, 25 times. So 25 into 100, 2500, approximately 2500. But what is he asking us to find her bill without discount? So maybe you'll have to do a precise calculation. None of the options will satisfy. None of the options will satisfy because it will be very close to 2500. Yeah, all these are wrong. Option 5 is the answer because I know it is approximately 2500. Slightly less than that. Slightly less than that. Because 1730 by 70 is like 173 by 7. So 140 plus 33, right? Approximately 25 times. 25 into 100 is 2500. No option is close. So option 5, none of this is the answer. Yeah, so that brings us to the end of that data interpretation question which was posted by Ayushi Sharma. I think a simple one. Discount percentages were given for different time slots and different order amounts. You just have to play with those numbers to get the answer. I think unfortunately there were a couple of questions where the answers were wrong. In one question the answer was wrong in the first one itself, and in one question did not make any sense because he asked us to find out the net discount percentage, which is directly given in the table itself. So if such a question is asked for your IBPS PO preliminary examination, you should take what? 2.5 minutes to get 5 marks, not more than that. Not more than 2.5 minutes. You're getting it maximum 3 minutes. Not more than that. So in 3 minutes you can easily score 5 marks. It's just about playing with those numbers, right? So if you're not strong in calculation, then answering such questions will become difficult for you in the exam. Yeah. So I hope all of you have followed. Neeraj already has confirmed that these are not going to be asked in the bank exam. I don't know whether this will be asked or not. Ayushi had posted it. I don't know. I don't even have an idea of where did she get it wrong. But good. Some variety than what we have regularly solved. Now we have 5 more minutes in the session. So maybe I'll solve a couple of more questions. But before that, I need confirmation from you guys. If you have understood this, are there any queries? Can I go to the next one? Next question. Do you all follow this? Biprajit Malik says it's a clerical level question. Could be. Alright, so now that many of you have confirmed that you have understood this, let me present the next question to you all. A very interesting one. Again, something based on average, on the concept of average, but let's give it a shot. I'm sure this is a little calculation intensive. No other shortcut, and options have also not been given. Here we go. So it says a car owner buys petrol at 7.5, at rupees 7.5, rupees 8 and rupees 8.5 per liter for the 3 successive years. What approximately is the average cost per liter of petrol if he spends rupees 4,000 each year? So based on the concept of average, I will leave you with this for maybe 2 minutes because this involves a little bit of calculation which you will have to do. Options are also not given, otherwise we could have maybe eliminated some options and all. So let's try this. I hope all of you are working on this. Remember, average is not the average of averages. Don't try to do that. You have to solve it properly using the basic concept. Got it? 8. Okay. What approximately is the average cost per liter of petrol? Yeah, but tell me, why are you saying 8 is the answer? Are you saying 8 is the answer because it is the average of 7.5, 8 and 8.5? I want to understand that. All those who have marked it as the answer, I'm glad that you have come close. But the question to you is, how do you say that 8 is the answer? Explain me your calculation. I mean, you don't have to write all the steps, but just try and explain. How do you get 8 as the answer? Are you like taking the average of 7.5, 8 and 8.5? Be very honest. Because average of 7.5, 8 and 8.5. I mean 7.5, 8 and 8.5 is 8. Are you doing the same? Got it? Average of 3 values. That's what you have done, right? Which is not the correct method. Archana says average of 3 values. So has Neha, Mahata and others mentioned, right? Let me tell you guys, that's not the right way to solve the question. So while approximately 8 seems to be correct, I would say your answers are wrong. I mean, you guys are wrong. While your answer is approximately correct, all of you are wrong because you have simply taken it as average of those 3 numbers. Manikanta Babu says, as he's spending the same 4,000 each year, it doesn't affect. So we can take directly the average of 7.5, 8 and 8.5. No, you cannot do that. I repeat, you cannot do that. So I want all of you to try it out once again. I'm cautioning you, the method that you have followed is wrong. 8 may seem to be the correct answer, but your method is wrong. Sushant Singh and Nayan have changed their response now. They have not done the complete calculation. Maybe they want me to do it. All right, so let's try it out now. Here we go. So the question was posted by Krishnaveni. It says a car owner buys petrol at rupees 7.5, rupees 8 and rupees 8.5 per litre for 3 successive years. What approximately is the average cost per litre of petrol if he spends rupees 4,000 each year? If he spends rupees 4,000 each year. So very interesting question. A car owner buys petrol at what rate? At 7.5 rupees per year in the first year, at rupees 8 per litre in the second year, at rupees 8.5 per litre in the third year, for 3 successive years as given here. What approximately is the average cost per litre of petrol if he spends rupees 4,000 in each year? If he spends rupees 4,000 each year. Now you may feel that average here can be taken as 7.5 plus 8 plus 8.5 by 3. So that's like 24 by 3, which is equal to 8. So approximately 8 is the answer. Absolutely wrong. This is not the way you find out the average. Remember, while the amount spent each year is same, the quantity that he gets every year differs. He's asking us to find out the average cost per litre. So the quantity that he gets, the number of liters that he buys in the first year are going to be different from that he gets in second year, will be different from what he gets in the third year. Right? You cannot take the average as simply the average of 7.5, 8 and 8.5. You're able to follow. If he says he has bought 1 litre each time, then I can simply say it is 8 rupees. Or if he has bought 10 litres each time, then we can say the average cost is 8 rupees. If he has bought 100 litres each time, or if he has bought 50 litres each time, the average cost is 8 rupees. Then this method works. But here the quantity purchased each year is different. You're able to follow. So you cannot solve it straight as average of these 3 values. So how do you solve it? The average cost per litre. Average cost per litre in this case will be equal to this. See, how much is he spent? Total amount spent 4,000 rupees in the first year, 4,000 in the second year, and 4,000 in the third year. See, what is average cost per litre? So total cost spent, total cost divided by total quantity. Cost per litre, right? So this should be taken as total spend by total quantity. Total spend by total quantity. What is the total spend? 4,000 in each year. So 4,000 plus 4,000 plus 4,000. What is the total quantity? How much is the quantity in first year? See, he spends 4,000 rupees and the cost is 7.5 rupees. So how much quantity will he get? 4,000 by 7.5. Then what will be the quantity that he gets in second year? He spent 4,000 rupees, but the rate is 8 rupees per liter. So 4,000 by 8. In the third year, 4,000 by 8.5. This will give you the final answer. So total spend is 12,000. Very simple. You don't have to write 4,000 plus 4,000 plus 4,000. I mean, I have written it like this so that you can understand the solution clearly, but you can just cut it down. I mean, you can directly take 12,000 as a numerator. Denominator, you have to take all the three different quantities. This represents quantity in the first year. This represents the quantity bought in the second year. And this represents the quantity bought in the third year. Now simplify this to get the answer. Of course, simplification is not easy. It's going to take time, but that's the only way out, right? I mean, if options were given, maybe we could have tried with some approximation and all that, but options have also not been specified. So it's not going to be that easy. However, I think I can say numerator is 12,000, right? So 12,000 and this 4,000, the denominator is common. So it goes 3 times. I mean, I can take 4,000 common in the denominator and 4,000 common in the numerator. So 3 will be in the numerator there. So final answer will be 3 divided by 1 by 7.5, which can be taken as maybe 2 by 15. If you have to understand it simply, this will be 1 by 8, which can be taken as 2 by 16, and this can be taken as 2 by 17. So that we are, done with the decimals there, right? We have all integer values. How do we get 3? 12,000. 12,000 by 4,000 is 3. 3 in the numerator. Then 1 by 7.5 is 2 by 15. 1 by 8 is 2 by 16, or you can still take 1 by 8, and this can be taken as 1 by 8.5 or 2 by 17. Now you have to do that whole LCM part and then simplify to get the answer. So if you want me to write the last step, I mean, I'm not going to do the simplification. I leave it to you, but it will be like this: 3 into 15 into 16 into 17 upon 2. I am taking common. 16 into 17 plus 15 into 17 plus 15 into 16. And you have to be really quick in your calculation. Like for example, 16 into 17 will be 256 plus 16, right? So 272. 15 into 17, so that's like 150 plus 105, 255. And 15 into 16 is 240. Then 272 plus 255 plus 240. So 600, 670, 720, 760, 767. The denominator will be 767. 767 into 2 basically, 767. So you have to be quick in numbers, right? 600, 70, 50 and 40 is 160. So 760, and this is 767. 2 into 767 is 1534, right? 1534. 3 into this divided by 1534. I mean, do that calculation. Approximately 8. What you will get is approximately 8 per liter. Rupees 8 per liter. So don't misunderstand that this 8 is directly the average of this. This is wrong. Like I've said, this is not the way you solve it. This is the correct solution. And upon simplifying it completely, you will get around 8, 7.9, somewhere close to 7.9 as the answer. Okay. So be very careful. Understood? Yeah, calculation intensive. I'm sure it's not that easy to simplify, but if options are given, maybe we could have eliminated some options and tried something. That is the reason I always say, when you post a question, whoever it is, Krishnavini or anyone who's posted a question, always give it with the option. Because what happens is, if options are not there, you can't use things like unidigit method or maybe root digit method or approximation method or some other elimination or substitution. You will have to do the complete solution, and that makes it look lengthy. And then that makes it look lengthy, and you'll be like, is this the best way to solve the question? Well, there could have been a better way if you give me the options. Yeah, remember, options is not a disadvantage. Options, in my view, is a big advantage that we have in the exam. All right. Clear? Lakshmi has asked that if you can apply an algebra formula in the simplification. Well, you can try. I mean, if you really look at the final steps, what do we have? 3 into 15 into 16 into 17 divided by 2 into 16 into 17 plus 15 into 17 plus 15 to 7.5. Yeah. So, yeah, so 15, let's say if I take it as 7.5 into 2, 16 if I take it as 8 into 2, and 17 as 8.5 into 2. Again 2 is common in the denominator. 2 into 2 into 2 is common in the denominator. Yeah, so it will come out to be somewhere like, it will be like, to look at it, 3 upon, look at the step before, 3 upon 1 by 7.5, 1 by 8 and 1 by 8.5. So that will be like 3ABC by AB plus BC plus C. So if you want a shortcut, you can use 3ABC by AB plus BC plus C. Kind of algebraic formula you have asked for. Oh, you have posted it yourself. You have said ABC by AB plus BC plus C. No, I don't think it will be ABC by AB plus BC plus C. It should be 3ABC by AB plus BC plus C. 3ABC by AB plus BC plus C with conditions applied. What are the conditions? 3, because there are 3 years, each year the spent is same. So 12,000 by 4,000 makes it 3. If there are 4 years, then it becomes, if there are 4 years, of course, there will be one more variable D, then it changes the whole formula altogether. But yeah, if it is 3 years, it is 3ABC by AB plus BC plus CA. If it is 2 years or 4 years or any other number of years, then the formula would change. So if you still want to use the shortcut, it's up to you. Shri Kumar says, but we still get approximately 8. So why do you want to do this? Why can't we directly do that? Understand, that's not the method to arrive at the answer. You are lucky that you have got the same answer. It will to follow. You are really lucky that you have got the same answer. If the prices are, let's say, 4 rupees, 8 rupees and 9 rupees, then that average will not work out. You're getting me? Here, we are getting very close to 8 even by taking the direct average because the values are too close, right? 7.5, 8 and 8.5. If the values are not too close, let's say the first year cost was 4 rupees per liter, second year's cost was 12 rupees per liter, third year the cost was 15 rupees per liter. Then by taking 4 plus 12 plus 15 by 3, you will not get the answer. You will be far away from the actual answer. Okay. So be careful. All right. I hope all of you have understood this. If you can acknowledge that, I'll maybe take up one more question before we call it a day. We have done one data interpretation, then we have done on profit and loss. Root digit method was discussed in detail today, right? Another question on profit and loss. This is on average, and I think a lot of other questions on averages today, right? Okay, should we take up the next one? Yeah, Sri Kumar, Naveen and Gurpreet Singh have confirmed or acknowledged that they've followed it. So let me take up the next question, which probably will be the last one for the session today. This was posted by Ashita PR, and this is on time and work or pipes and systems, pipes and tanks to be specific. So the question is on your screens now. Looks to be a lengthy one. I'll leave you with this for 2 minutes. The clock starts now. Biprajit Malik said time and work, and yes, we have time and work on the screen here. You're lucky, Biprajit, that we have taken something on time and work. Okay, so a tank has 2 inlets, P and Q. Look at this. A tank has 2 inlets, P and Q. P alone takes 6 hours and Q alone takes 8 hours to fill the empty tank completely when there is no leakage. A leakage was caused which would empty the full tank completely in X hours when no inlet pipe is open. Now, when only inlet P was opened, it took 15 hours to fill the empty tank completely. How much time will Q alone take to fill the empty tank completely? Try this. Got it? 20. Sushant Singh has got 20. Gayatri says, sir, is Talent Sprint planning for any gate coaching? No, not in the near future. We are not planning for any gate coaching. Anil Kumar has got 17. Ajit has got 20. Sushant has also got 20. Matangi has got 20. Good. Arun Kumar has got 17. I'm sorry. And that is it. Not many of you have responded. So I'll wait for a few more seconds. And I think we will close after this question, because your IBPS PU exam, preliminary exam, starts on the 7th. I want all of you to focus on, getting yourselves mentally ready and not on these live problem solving sessions, because these may only add to your nervousness, right? I mean, let's say if you're not able to solve a particular question, or if you get stuck somewhere, you will start wondering if you are fully ready, which is not the right thing to think of a few hours before your exam, right? So the last question here, 20 seems to be the most common response. Trisha, Sumadanwadi and Bhavya. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name properly. And then Pallavi Mishra, Neeraj, all these guys have got 20. Gurpreet Singh has also got 20. So let's take this up. What does it say? The question was posted by Ashita. So it goes as follows. A tank has two inlet pipes, P and Q. P alone takes 6 hours and Q alone takes 8 hours to fill the empty tank completely when there is no leakage. A leakage was caused which would empty the full tank completely in X hours when no inlet pipe is open. Now, when only one inlet P was open, it took 15 hours to fill the empty tank completely. How much time will Q alone take to fill the empty tank completely? So very simple. P's capacity is 1 by 6. Q's capacity is 1 by 8. The leakage's capacity is 1 by X. P alone can do it in 6 hours. Q alone can do it in 8 hours. For filling, I mean, these are positives. Positive. But there's a leakage, so it's negative. It'll do negative work, right? But when leakage is caused, it would empty the full tank completely in X hours. So the capacity is 1 by X or minus 1 by X, so to say. Now, when only inlet P was open, it took 15 hours to empty the complete. It took 15 hours to fill the empty tank completely. Remember, here when he says only inlet P was open, it is inlet P with the leakage, because otherwise inlet P alone can do it in 6 hours. So why does it take 15 hours suddenly? Because now there is a leakage is also working along with it. Yeah. So when P and the leakage work together, it takes 15 hours. So basically 1 by 6 minus 1 by X equals to 1 by 15. So from this you'll get the value of 1 by X. What is 1 by X? 1 by 15. 1 by 6 minus 1 by 15, I'm sorry. Yeah. So get the capacity of that leakage. I mean, get what is 1 by X. Yeah. So 1 by X is 1 by 6 minus 1 by 15. 30 can be taken as LCM. 5 times minus 2 times, 3 by 30 or 1 by 10. So basically the capacity of leakage 1 by X is 1 by 10. So it takes 10 hours. This X hours is nothing but 10 hours. So leakage can empty the full tank in 10 hours. Yeah. Now how much time will Q alone take to fill the empty tank completely? Of course, this is with the leakage. Otherwise, without leakage, Q alone takes 8 hours. So this question makes no sense then in that case. So Q alone will take how much time? It will take its own capacity, which is 1 by 8. Plus the leakage's capacity, which is minus 1 by 10. I mean, 1 by 10 is the magnitude. It is doing negative work. So you should take minus 1 by 10. Simplify, what happens? 40 is LCM. 5 times minus 4 times. Hold on. What happened? 3 by... did you go wrong somewhere? 1 by 8 is the capacity of Q. It completely... How much time will Q alone take to fill the empty tank completely? One by 40, no? So why is that? How is that you guys have got 20 as the answer, and why is 40 not there in the options? Okay, just let me just reread this. What is that is wrong here? 30 is LCM, sorry, P alone takes 6 hours, Q alone takes 8 hours. The leakage was caused, which would empty the full tank in X hours when no inlet is open. When only P was open, it took 15 hours to fill the empty tank completely. So this is doing 1 by 15 is the net of 1 by 6 and 1 by X. Is LCM, 6 5 times, 5 15 2 times, so 5 minus 2 3, right? Yeah, so it'll take 40 hours. Why is that everybody got 20 hours as the answer? And I also thought 20 would be correct because it is one of the options, but I'm not getting 20 hours, I'm getting 40 hours. How much time will Q alone take to fill the empty tank completely? 40 hours. Anything wrong? 40 should be the correct answer. All the options are wrong. And maybe that's the reason Ashita also got confused. Maybe the source is wrong. 40 is the correct answer. So my biggest confusion is, how did you guys get 20? 40 hours is the answer. Q alone would take 40 hours. Q alone would take 40 hours. And this is disappointing, guys. I mean, now when I started solving it, I thought it's an easy one. Yeah. And I was assuming 20 is the correct answer. I mean, but now I wonder, should I take more and more complex questions or more and more simple questions in these doubt clarification sessions? But because you guys are failing so badly, even in such easier ones, right? And now everybody else is commenting. I also got 40, I also got 40, but nobody had marked 40 as the answer, no? You also got scared, right? Everybody saying 20, I've got 40, how can I be correct? How can I be correct then? I mean, maybe something is wrong with my solution. Like what I thought. You should be confident. Divya says, I was wondering why it's not there in the option. Ashish says, I was wondering answer is 40. Nayan says, you are correct. Yeah. Biprajit says, yes, 40 is correct. Puneet says, I also got 40. Let me go back and check who are these guys who got 20. Pramod also got 40. Ashish Soni got 40. Neha says 20. Harita says 20. Chandan has got 20. Gurpreet got 20. Bhavya, Sumadan Wadi, Sirisha, Pallavi, Neeraj. Raju got 17. Balachandran, Matangi, Ajit, Sushant. How? How do you get 20? Because none of this is not there, you will mark 20, huh? 40 and 20 are close to each other, so let's mark 20. What's the logic? Disappointing. Anyways, 40 is the answer. I guess you guys got to brush up your concepts once again and ensure that you don't see, if one or two had marked 20 as the answer, I can understand, but there's a whole gang there which got 20 as the answer. So I'm wondering, what is that common mistake which most of you have committed, or most of you have committed. You got to correct yourself and also let me know so that I explain to others, right? When I'm explaining this concept next time, I'll ensure that I'll tell that these kind of common mistakes are committed and you guys should not do it. Anyways, your exam is just a day away if you are in the first slot, so let us not discuss too many things and add to your nervousness. I would like to close it here. Matangi says, I thought 6 is to 15, so 8 is to 20. It doesn't work that way. It's not directly proportional, right? You cannot apply proportionality here. You got to go and check your basic concepts. Ajit says, in the pipe P is filling the tank, it is not mentioned that there is a leakage. Yeah, I had explained that when I was reading the question. I had explained that though it is not mentioned that there is leakage, we should consider that the leakage is working, because otherwise P alone takes 6 hours. Then how can P take 15 hours suddenly? Yeah. Anyways, let me close it here. Thank you all for joining us. Be careful. These are all basic concepts and you can't go wrong while answering such simple questions, right? Don't run after solving complex ones. Get your basics right, practice on your calculations, and I'm sure you'll get a score which is enough for you to clear the cutoff and get to the next round. All right. So to all those who have got your IBPS PU exam on 7th and 8th of October, best wishes from the team Talent Sprint. I hope you do well and come out with flying colors and you get selected for the next round, which is the IBPS PU main examination, right? And others who have got their exam on 14th and 15th of October, you've got another week to go by, but I think you should be ready to take the exam anytime now, right? You'll have some time to practice more and also get confused more and get more nervous, because these guys who will come from the first and second day, right, they will start revealing a lot of details. Okay, aisa hua tha, waisa hua tha, and that will add to nervousness. I don't know if it really helps. In my view, it only gets you more tense. So don't pay too much attention to what people have to say, because you never know, right? Every slot is supposed to be different. Every paper is different, right? And they may not follow the same pattern for the third and the fourth day there. Okay, so keeping all these things in mind, I think you got to just make sure that you feel confident when you walk into the examination center. So spend the last couple of days or last one day at least in getting that right confidence level, right, and go into the examination center with full of confidence and give the best possible in that 1 hour, so that you can maximize your chances of selection. All right, on that note, let me close it here. Thank you once again for joining us. I'll see you all in the next session. Till then, keep relaxing, right? Your exams are too close now. So relax, be confident, and take very good care of yourselves. Bye.